Yeah, he has the wave in a really good spot too, like right outside his tower on the high ground. Koikva.
Oh, there's your tether forward. Sunstrike's right in the mark. Spirit's down, but Koikva, he'll go down. The stomp from Cinder and just a little bit too late. Couldn't do enough damage.
That was a great stomp though. He hit all 3 heroes with that. The Sunstrike even got split with a range creep, but it's about playing a support Nick on level 6.
He's a little bit far up here. Cinderon's moving over. They got Wave of Terror. That's -3 on the armor. The Stomp is out. The Magic Missile is also available. Way too much damage for a Centaur to tank through. So Era will take the kill.
Got a little bit greedy. Out CS completely by the Alchemist, so that's pretty good. Didn't feed that Force Spirit either. Nice, nice.
Puppy's first movement. Pilot Eye is going to get the stun off. The Sunstrike's right in the mark, and Cinderon. Food on the top rune.
They're not completely is even more crucial for the Invoker than in other games, and he needs to be able to push the towers with the passive. Every little bit helps.
Got a smoke gank going. Hardy could be caught out of position. The stun's out. The Sunstrike's coming in as well. Damage is already done, however, and Cinderon once again good 3-man stomp, but also comes after the kill has already happened.
To this bottom lane with 3 heroes.
They really want to kill a Pilot Eye. Spirit's out, a quick tether away, but the Sunstrike right in the money. Era, he's in trouble, gets the stun over on Io, able to get the kill. 3 one-charges are available, he's in body blocked up by Cinderon, needs his space, jukes it back down again, getting the distance away from Puppy. Cinderon close on his tail once again, starts up the stomp, but already the impale damage from Puppy will find the kill on the safe lane core. Keizu's not done just yet, double edge is available, slice through Cinderon, one more slice will do it too.
No crowd.
Man, these 3 heroes are owning the jungle right now.
Away from Koikva.
Yeah, they have shut down pretty much every single stack. Look at Nyx Assassin too with his illusions, trying to scout out what's going on over here.
MP is bottom lane. Centaur, there's a relocate coming into his MP. They're moving over towards Era. He has swapped. He's trying to play the position. That's why he's throwing Keizu back in again. And the Stomp coming in. It's gonna hit just as the chain was coming out from MP. So Cinderon with the Echo Stop will do the work, and Era may try and punish. Keizu able to be stunned up, there's a level 2 Frostbite available, and Cinderon, well, a couple of punches and Keizu should go down. Era will have the damage. So they survive the relocate gank. Don't think Trixie will be as lucky, however. He's going to stick charge and try and surge out. The Sunstrike's going to hit its mark, or it would if MP already didn't find the kill.
Both offlane are suffering.
Koiva's going to guarantee that 10-minute rune. Bottom lane, Era, stun, relocates on the way, Era, oh the Sunstrike! Right on top of his TP position. MP just needed a chain to finish the last little bit of damage to kill the Vengeful Spirit.
And they're up in just 5 seconds, okay, because he does really get in some deep business.
So they have the damage. Era is now very, very visible. Wave of Terror, he's able to swap in Pilot Eye as Pilot Eye with tethering away. Quick Stampede, but Harney commits the ultimate. They even committed the Dark Seal Wall to find the bonus damage.
3 ultimates for a Wisp. Radiance, Augury should come maybe in 25 minutes.
Farming. If Era does the Wave of Terror, okay, he's just going to swap him out. Then Wave of Terror, Harney lets the ulti go. MP can't run away. They try and Stampede, but no one's really there to help him. So Timbersaw will drop, and that's basically dying after you just got your Bloodstone.
Surprised he didn't.
So they planted one down, which Puppy, they're just out of range of it. Now Puppy comes in range of it, so they can see Puppy. Quick Frostbite. He'll spy Carapace over on 2. The Stomp's not a Titan. He doesn't create any space. They lose 2. They lose 3 so quickly, Team Secret. Pump out the damage. Ninjas in Pajamas didn't know what hit him. But the sentries are out of range, so Puppy, well, Era saw him. The Sunstrike's going to connect as well. They were putting themselves into this fight, but Era, they need to get himself out. Where's the swap target? The back, the 3-man wall with the ultimate. It's still not enough. They just stuns. Io will fall. Puppy has to make a break for the tree lines. Maybe with MP being frostbitten up, Timbersaw can't keep his chase going, can't keep the damage going. Another spike Carapace, but as it wears off, Harney's Frostbite can finally start doing the work. So much space created by Trixie. Now, Ninjas in Pajamas need to capitalize. The denial with the Bloodstone from Timbersaw won't give them the kill. And Team Secret, it's their turn to lose the fight 3-0.
That was such a great swap coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. They are really good about protecting themselves with minimal items. Imagine once they actually get Force Stabs, Glimmer Capes, they are going to make them work for any sort of kill. But that fight was without the Invoker.
Oh, Koikva!
Oh,
the Tornado caught him just as he's beating. He has to Chemical Rage and fight this. There's just no other choice. Okay. The choice choice was death.
Only 290 gold. Secret pretty soon if Invoker wants to.
They still will probably want to give a little bit of respect. Pick one, okay, where's that stun? Stampede's going to trigger as Puppey coming in through the rear. The ulti, let's go from Hani. Puppey will let out interrupted with that spike cameras and the follow-up stun, so Hani will go down quickly. It still was mid-1. He was the first one being initiated on. Trixie able to dodge out the Sunstrike ET splitter. Puppey again, this spike carapace has done so much work. Didn't think maybe he'd be able to do that much work with this late picnic assassin. Puppey's just sitting behind the town. There's not long left on his vendetta. But they're pinging out like they know, and yeah, they do know. Sentry waters down, the Sunstrike's right, and the money on the Darkseer with the Impal hit, and the Chakram. More than enough damage. There's ulti, let go from Hani, MP able to Timber Chain away, but Era pulls it back in again. Hani had to cancel off the channel, but the ET split up. Maybe will drag MP in, clicks on Puppey, but again the Spike Carapace interrupting the combination that anything that NiP wanted to put out. And Era on Meteorite on top of him. They're losing too many heroes too often. Mass disables.
Soon on the left side, Puppey immediately heads over there.
There's the vision. Here comes the Alchemist, look for the fight, the Sunstrike's down, but it won't really hit on anybody. Sentry Ward's down too, they saw Puppey, they know he's behind the line, he's in range of the other Sentry Ward, so they've got the stun, Spike Carapace is down, maybe they can actually remove the bug, but at the same time Trixie is 1v3, Puppey is still alive on 48 HP, a relocate coming in to save him part, I won't get there in time. There's still a 1-for-1 trade off the Darkseer for the next assassin. Are they having enough? No Koifa, he's going in, Pylai die, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, he needs to get out with a relocate, he'll have the time, no he won't, he'll fall, but the trade-off, it's for the Vengeful Spirit. Koifa still wants to keep fighting, and we'll watch him go 1-on-1 or 1-on-3 with mid-1, but he can't see him, so he can't attack him. Sentry Ward's down, Hani tries to create the space, missed just enough. Hani lets the ulti go, but there's a Yule Scepter on Kerzu. He interrupts it instantly. 4 heroes lost for Ninjas in Pajamas, and Synderen is the only one that lives to tell the tale of why the 300 died on top lane.
Poor Era, he had to swap out Koifa and just got destroyed by that meteor blast. That was very sad. That's when you want like a Glimmer Cape on someone, so you don't have to sacrifice your life. And you can. It's a good strat for game 1, though. I would say an Alchemist / Naga strat.
That's just a little bit too mouse spawns. Trixie, jump, hoof stomp. You can't do anything to that. Hani's dead as well. The EMP will either burn him out. In fact, the EMP damage.
Dismay, there is no Roshan going on.
They're surging up the center, who actually got body blocked by Koifa. Pylai Die starts his TP, Era, they get the vision, they swap it back out again, so Pylai Die. 301 gold for Hani for killing off an IO.
He has a Midas on IO.
30 seconds.
Invoker's there though.
And they just put the Yule Scepter over on the Centaur, so the Chakram will fly in. Where's your Chemical Rage, Koifa? He's getting stunned up inside the pit. He's going to lose all of his mana and his life. MP shreds him apart. Trixie will try and turn it around with a 3-man wall, but there's just no plot. There's no extra control. The Lotus Orb reflecting the stun of Era. The Sunstrike rides the money, so say goodbye to the Crystal Wave. The Splitter can do its work, but Puppey just uses it against Synderen. Stuns him up with a Spire Carapace, and they'll move forward. Highlight A now relocated to the front lines. He'll support him up as well. Nowhere to run for the big Elder Titan. And Darkseer, there's always one. There's always one left alive. With the 3 heroes again, it's going to be all 5 in just a second. And Ninjas in Pajamas, they have fortification. They can delay this a little bit. In fact, there is no wall available, so it's more of a dissuading kind of thing. But Trixie's going to lose his life for a Willy. Greaves as well as Stick Shots keep him alive. MP, his TP gets cancelled, so you'll have to go out the old-fashioned way. But the melee ranks is already taken. Concoction too far away, so Koifa ends up stunning himself as well as Synderen gets put together. And the hoof stomp catching out too. Era as well as Hani. That could be it. They've lost so much now with no buybacks available. Trixie will be brought down by the Timber, and Puppey's running back in again, looking for anything. How do you fight this? Team Secret can just go for the GG push if they want to, or it can be safety by heading to the bottom. NiP just have no answer. And Koifa. Blink, Yules, Hawk, tries to dodge it with the Manta style, but there's just too much damage.
Good game. Well played.
29, not even 29 minutes. Team Secret will take it with the same amount of kills. Solid performance.
When it probably would have tilted Team Secret pretty badly with the Alchemist, and you know you can always leave room for a Naga or a Tinker later on.
But I will have it later on. Game 2 coming up next. Doesn't work for game number 1 for Ninjas in Pajamas, but there is a second chance at the best of 3s. This is the semi-finals for the European qualifiers. We're looking to see who will be the one team to represent Europe in the Kiev Major. We'll be back.
I think they actually needed more people up there to do it.
The battle
But,
begins.
not a big deal. 7 souls, still pretty good. 63 damage. Goikva in a little bit of trouble. Pylai does have the lift.
A little bit of chip damage is all they need to do. Burn through the consumables, another crush. Pilot does have another lift. But
Oh, he
Goikva,
ran
the
left?
Sunstrike. He runs down. He'll dodge the Sunstrike, but it's still first blood going to Puppy.
Why did he run right?
He ran right to dodge the Sunstrike. I think he burned a little bit more mana off MP. He could potentially mess around with the next round voltages, but now, okay, you got that reflect. Syndrome takes so much damage. One more attack from Paladai will do it. Syndrome will fall on the bottom lane, and Trixie, with no friends really around him anymore, has to back up to the T1 tower.
Yeah, no stout on Clockwork. He got destroyed by the creeps. That was a great telekinesis by Pylai there.
His control just seems so good. And Ninjas in Pajamas, they're practically losing every lane. They're 1,000 gold experience behind 3 minutes in. And Mid one's going for a solo kill on Era. I think he's got it. With the Alacrity damage, a simple cold snap maneuver, and he finds the kill. Cinder will burn the mana of Mid one. Tries slightly use an Observer Ward behind. At least he can Cog burn out Puppy. But Puppy has an Observer Ward too. He'll see Cinder moving down, even the Courier. Lending a bit of a hand, clap into the Sunstrike, and Syndra just one last attack, and Puppy now has 2 kills out of the 4 the Team Secret have claimed. Just like the Nyx Assassin. Probably feel pretty safe. Honey gets scattered by the conversions, and in comes Puppy. Sprinted forward. Honey knows he has to sacrifice himself here. Go for the sub, move to the left. Koifen can go for a quick curse, but no! He's stuck around! Synderen's coming in. Maybe this is the reason why he's doing it. If the Cog burn up, Pardai and Puppy are really, really low. They need this kill. Puppy is not going to die on 11 HP. He's worth a lot, but he'll TP out. Koifa, one last attack. He's got the Arcane Curse to go. And Synderen, one attack. It should be enough to drop down Keizu. And Keizu in the trees will die. Koifa gets the double. And they turn the gank around.
He was so slow at eating that tree. If he ate the tree...
Honey.
Puppy,
Again being
Puppy
very visible by the Observer Ward.
Puppy is deep in between the T1 and the T2.
What is he doing up here?
He tried to go on Era and harass him out a little bit, but Synderen was there yet again.
That's a big killing spree to end. Synderen will actually take the killing.
Really nice, especially with his level 25 talent, but that is a long, long time away.
Look for the hookshot timing. They want to go. The Radiant is scanning because they're expecting some kind of gank, so Synderen puts down the Observer Ward, but it's already too late. Centaur is down. They didn't get the initiation off, and with 1 level of Midnight Pulse and 4 points up at the Malphus, there was no way for this.
They have global silence if a team fight comes in. So I don't know. I'm not a huge
There's
fan
a
of
swap on Puppy. Koifa, the damage output, it should be enough. Oh, he forced himself in. There's still enough damage. Get the silence on by Pilot Eye. Mid one going to drop that down. Silence of the movement speed with the Stampede is not enough to get away. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off. Puppy for Koifa. Hilariously enough, they're almost worth the same amount of gold. One's just worth a lot more experience.
That was an odd Force Staff tools too. Like Tread's Force Staff is great for fighting, but you don't really want to fight that often to Enigma. If you're fighting without global, he's just gonna black hole you. You don't have that great of a response to it.
This is a nice one for Cinder. I don't know if Mid one realized that his coattails just got caught. Hookshot forward, they trigger off the dust. There's nowhere to hide, but a quick 4-star from Mid one. Now that's a nice item for him to have to get outside the Clockwork Cogs, but the rocket will give him the vision again. So you can go invis, but the dust will last long enough for Era just to raise him down doubly. So 43 seconds on the sideline for the Invoker, and a good kill coming the way of the SF. So he'll have his BKB in a very short span of time. Not to mention increasing that gap of net worth between himself and the Invoker. That's not real. Waiting for one person to attack it. That, however, is most definitely real. And the Vengeful Spirit, they swap him back in again. They trigger the Shrine. Yep, MP's going to try and survive this, but Stampede also going off. Moving to another target, Pylai Dai, who then ends up stealing Stampede.
They're fighting a lot without the global silence too. They're not taking it slow. The Era is very, very farmed, and
all these items are arriving quickly, but Puppy has his Blink Dagger as well. Talk about Ninem, they use the Stampede of Team Secret and just accept the fact that Era is dead. He managed to pick up his Mithril Hammer for death, but now this ends up being a team. Like, Trixie's got himself a Blink Dagger, so potentially he can, like, hoof stomp and double edge that, but if he does, then Puppy's going to go on him. And Puppy, I think, is already looking towards the tree lines. Yep, hook shot in, global silence. They're going to fight this out the SF. Invoker almost down. The Meg charge will give him just enough life from the Enigma into a quick black hole. Instantly cancelled off by the battery assault. But maybe now there's enough damage with the magic missile. Stolen from Pylai, turning his attention up towards Kuiper. He won't need any kind of help. NiP triggered up the Metamorphosis. There was so much damage from Team Secret. And no answer. And again, another one with the Amplification VS. Honey is sniped. Puppey is a god.
That was... I agree with you. Yeah, you don't want to lose that tower, but there was no SF. Like, SF, you channel Requiem during Global Silence. Nobody can stop you, barring a bad... It's got desperate, though. I can understand that. You really don't want to lose that tower. You're like, oh, yeah, we can probably take this fight, right?
And it almost worked. Like, if they kept the Enigma disabled, if that mech didn't get off, the Invoker wouldn't have survived. And now they're going again. Double edging the mech again from Keizu, and then even NiP sundering Pylai back to full life. Trixie and Synderen, regret decision.
So much regret. Nice thunder.
The silencer in the mid, so the tower is denied up by Arrow.
Synderen TP'd into the shrine, though.
Oh,
and
boy.
He's isolated.
He's running. And Puppey's looking for him with the amplification. They can see him. A quick 4-star from Koi, but the Saturn's actually turning on Synderen too. And they found another one. They got Trixie. Hani, he knows it's not worth the swap. So he lets it go, but Puppey, blink forward underneath the tier 3 tower. You've got the damage there from NiP, and you'll lose Hani as well. They came out to try and help the TP and defend a tower which they already denied. Now the buyback has to come out from the Centaur.
That was not the teleport from Synderen. Synderen TP'd onto a shrine blind.
Off stomp, the Razors, they need damage into the Terror Blade with the Global Silence. Maybe they got it, but no, the Mana Cell. NiP breaks free, not to mention the Sunder. Gets life back very, very quickly. The defense is there. Kuiper's here as well. With a blink to potentially hoof stomp. That is the real NiP. Pylai might be the easier kill. The Shadow Blade from Kuiper. A quick, simple, and effective gank. That's another +2 coming in for the Silencer. They may have been happier killing, well, they would have been happier killing off NiP, but they'll take what they can get. Picking him up, he's got Stampede with the Ags upgrade, so maybe he just tries to get out of this one with the Ags upgrade. The swap out, Hani actually put himself into harm's way. The hookshot from Synderen flies very much astray, and that's because Keizu decided to backpedal slightly. Keeping himself alive, but it won't help Synderen now. Revealed his position with the hookshot, pushes himself up into the hillside, but thanks to the observe board, they're still on the hill. They find that kill in time. But they have that gem you're talking about. So Puppey, oh, the 4-star. It wasn't Kuiper's though, it was Puppey trying to slide up. You have the Hurricane planks along Kuiper. He's going to commit Global Silence, try and escape from this one because friends are coming in. Trixie with the hoof stomp. They'll find Pylai, looking to turn this around. The black hole from Keizu, catching out 3. Mid one will have the time to drop the meteorite down. Maybe NiP can do the damage. Yep, he'll mop up the Centaur. Synderen's low on line. Puppey is himself a double kill. Era's push doesn't get him up the cliffside either. They don't have the shrine to fall back to. And Hani on the run, but mid one runs faster. The presence of the friendliest ghost around. But only if you belong to Team Secret. Hani is gone, and that's a full team wipe after it looked like NiP might have been able to turn that around.
This patch.
Yeah, it feels very disjointed when they fight.
Yep. A lot of the swaps had to be defensive. They couldn't really coordinate.
NiP was bait! The Stampede will have to be used once again. Hook shot forward. The Cog's going to push NiP down. Shrine giving a lot more life back to NiP, but NiP just jumps forward, switches life with Era. Tornado won't find him, but Trixie, he's stranded on the front lines. Hani again with a defensive swap, and Centaur just cold snapped and murdered. So even with the swap, they don't find the kills. NiP, I would say it's safe inside their fountain, but that would be lying. NiP, nowhere is safe. Team Secret own their home, and this game is really over. Hani's on the run, but you can be prepared to tap out.
That was a really nice Hurricane Pike dodge. He dodged the hook stomp. I don't know. Terror Blade was just amazingly good here too. There's a lot of other benefits that he has, like the reflection. You get the presence of the Dark Lord. You get the Venge Aura too. So he is doing a lot of damage, way more so than in a normal Terror Blade game. And Black Hole to round him out. Final score 28-9. Secret made quick work of ninjas in pajamas.
Yeah. game time not stretching over an hour for both of the in-game time for the series. So congratulations to Team Secret. They're the first team going through to the winners bracket final. That'll be the third game of the European series today. Of course, there's still more games coming up. There's the second semi-final for the European region coming up in just a bit. I believe we have OD and Draskell to cast that right here on the stream, so you can either watch that on the main stream or you can tab yourself into BTS 2, which is what we're on right now as well. And we have the CIS games going on. We've got El Deep. He's in the studio today casting up. So a lot of action, a lot of coverage, a lot from Beyond the Summit, and we'll see you